Hi, this is Chanel with For Real Women International, and I want to talk with you on the topic of being yourself. As the wife of a religious minister, some refer to me as pastor's wife or first lady. As a woman in leadership, I have always been given the advice of be yourself. I've always been told, be yourself. Wherever your husband's ministry takes you, whichever congregation you happen to go to, be yourself. And I never really understood what it meant to be yourself because I'd never thought it was possible because being yourself in my perception means to give all of you, reveal everything about yourself, and that's not quite what I thought they meant when they give me the advice. So over the years I have learned 5 key principles that I've lived by, that embodies the principle of being yourself, and I want to share those principles with you, whether you are the wife of a religious minister, whether you are a woman in leadership, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a leader within a congregation, praise team leader, whoever you are as a woman in leadership. I want to share these 5 principles that I have personally learned about the concept of being yourself. The first thing I learned is that you ought to have a sense of identity, a sense of self. Know who you are. It's so important that you know who you are, because when you are strong and you know who you are and you're committed to being you, there is nothing that anyone can say to you that can change that. And I find a lot of women are held captive to relationships, whether it be male-female relationships or relationship with friends, that have held them bound because they don't have a sense of identity. So it's important to be yourself. Be strong, be confident, do not be easily manipulated by others. Be who you are. I am who I am. I am not the previous pastor's wife. I am not the previous director. I am not the previous teacher. I am not the previous this. I am me, Chanel. That's it. And it is what it is. So the second thing, after you have a sense of identity and a sense of self, is to embrace your uniqueness. I am unique. Look, see my eyebrows? I don't have a lot. So I am unique. I am curvy. I am not gonna be a size 2.0000. I am curvy. I am dark. I am beautiful. I am a naturalista. I am all of those things. Embrace your uniqueness. Be happy with who you are and where you are, and not envious of anything or have a false sense of identity because of what you see in magazines or in the newspapers or on television. Be who you are. Embrace your uniqueness. The third thing I learned is be authentic. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to who you are. Do not try to live out others' expectations of you, because you will often fall short. Live out your own expectations. Live for you and not what others perceive you to be or perceive that you should be. Number 4, you have to embrace your calling and your purpose. If your calling is to teach, you ought to be teaching. If your calling is to preach, you ought to be preaching the word. If your calling is to music, you ought to be doing something in music. If your calling is to media and communications, you ought to be living and walking in your purpose. And I had to learn that really fast, that God created me to be this person that I am, and I ought to walk in the purpose and the calling to which He's placed on my life. And number 5, be confident and set standards and live by those standards. I heard it somewhere. I don't know who quoted it, but it's sort of if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And that principle is so very true. You have to set a standard and you have to live by that standard. I will do this, but this I will not do. This is what my moral code of conduct says, and I will live by this, and I will not do that. So it's important that we do those things and we set those parameters and we set those boundaries. And with all those key factors, then I believe that we can really be ourselves. So let's recap. The first key that I learned in being yourself is to have a sense of self and a sense of identity. 2, embrace your uniqueness. 3, be authentic. 4, embrace the calling and the purpose on your life. And 5, exude confidence and live up to the standards through which you have placed on yourself. Thank you for listening. If you need to make a comment in the box below. If you have any questions or anything you want me to answer in the next vlog, I will do so. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching.